name is Nadia Isanga. I work as an ICT associate at the National ICT Innovation Hub under the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. During school, I studied PCM at my A level. So I didn't really have an intention of joining ICT. I wanted to be a pharmacist. So I was promised by my parents that if I did PCM, because I couldn't do biology, I would do pharmacy elsewhere, that is abroad. And then when the time came for filling, your Pujab forms and all of that stuff, I had changed my mind completely. I did not want to do anything related to the medical field. So I filled my forms and then got an admission at Makerere to do computer engineering. So I started doing computer engineering and I loved it. It's something that I enjoyed. And then I realized this is actually something that's good for me. I joined the workspace, my internships and everything, and that's how I joined the ICT field. I'll not lie, it's challenging, first of all, to be the only person that is in charge of all of that equipment at the hub, but it's also very interesting for me. It has allowed me to push my boundaries, just learn more, and knowing that I'm the only one that is in charge has just pushed me to be better. It's a very good opportunity for me. I think something else is the fact that my work directly impacts innovators that we have at the National ICT Hub. I take a lot of pride and it gives me so much satisfaction to know that whatever I do is impacting other women and other men that are at the facility. So my work directly affects them and it's very rewarding to know that people are benefiting from something that I am in charge of and something that I'm doing. The hardest job I have done would be working at night. I think 2021, I was a NOC engineer. So it was a job that required me to work 12 hours, 7 days a week. So for me as a girl, it was challenging. My male colleagues, they wouldn't relate, but because of the space that there is for girls out there, it's not safe to travel at night. It's not safe to work in a building by yourself at night. I think that must have been one of the most challenging things to do. Fortunately for me, I was privileged to never have any negative experiences from this whole situation. But it was just that fear every day that, what if I go home so late today and something happens to me? So it was definitely challenging. I learned a lot from it and I'm so happy that I got to experience it. One of the challenges I faced is that there's just a tendency to make decisions for women based off of who they are from their private lives without making these decisions professionally. So let me say an example would be if you're supposed to go to the field, they would rather take men than take girls because, girls will be picky about toilets, will be picky about what to eat and where to eat. And I don't think that's right. I think if we are deciding to include women and to have them sit at the table, we need to include them as much as possible and make every decision that we make professionally, not based off of their private lives, just as we don't do it for men. So if women are invited somewhere, make a decision based off of, is this woman fit to be there? Don't say, oh, maybe she has 5 children, will she manage? That's not your place. That's her place, and don't make a decision based off of her private life. My message, and especially for Women's Day and all of this, is with the empowerment that has gone on for everybody, for what everyone is doing just to bring women, to have them sit at the table, to be involved and stuff like that. I think my message would be that women should be allowed to not only sit at the table, but also participate in the conversations at this table. There's a quote that says that diversity is being asked to the party and inclusion is being asked to dance. So if we are having women at the table, allow them to speak, allow them to make decisions. Let their decisions be thought of as valuable. Let their opinions be heard. It's not enough to just invite them to just sit or as a face for you to make it look like, oh, my company actually employs women. What are those women doing at your company? So it's very important that we allow women to be involved, to allow them to dance at these parties, allow them to actually choose the music to these parties. They can be decision makers. So allow them to thrive in that space. If there is any woman out there that is a woman boss, don't be difficult. Don't make it difficult for other women in that space that you're in, because there's a tendency for women to say that they prefer to work with men than they prefer to work with women. And that's really bad, especially because of all the work that has been put into the whole empowerment movement. It's not good that men are trying to empower women, and then you as a fellow woman, you're trying to put women down. So if you're like a female boss, if you're like a female nurse, if you're just anyone that is, a woman in a big space or in a space that has authority, exercise your power in the best way that uplifts other women. Do not put them down. Do not gossip about them. Do not sabotage them because you're scared of them being better than you. I think that would be my message to any woman out there. We've said a lot about men. I think for me, my message is for the women. So let's be the change that we want.